Capital Views is sponsored by Northrim Bank, Alaska Oil and Gas Association, ConocoPhillips, and Linden.
Hi, I'm Tim Bradner with Alaska Legislative Digest, and thanks for joining us with Capital Views this morning. And thank you for joining us, Jillian Simpson, CEO of the Alaska Travel Industry Association. Jillian, ATI has been around a long time. It's the trade association for tourism industry, one of our bright spots in the economy. But tell us a bit about ATIA, how it's structured and how it's funded and what it does.
Great. Thank you, Tim. It's a pleasure to be here. Yeah, this is actually the 25th anniversary of ATIA. So we are the trade association for the travel industry. We have over 625 members across the state, primarily small businesses who work in Alaska tourism. So we do typical trade association activities like advocacy and education for our members, but we are also the official destination marketing organization for the state of Alaska. So in order to make sure that the travel industry in Alaska is healthy and robust, we conduct a national and international marketing campaign to drive demand from visitors to come to Alaska.
And Jillian, as I remember how this works, what you do is kind of generic marketing. You sort of promote the state's brand name, and you don't get into specific destinations or specific. And the cruise industry and other industries sort of add to that. They have their own advertising, so it all kind of adds together and creates a considerable impact.
Yeah, our primary mission is to promote the brand of Alaska, like you said. And so our brand pillars, we focus on the things that drive interest in the destination: mountains, glaciers, wildlife, Alaska Native culture, and the Aurora. And we promote Alaska as a year-round destination to make sure people know that we are open in the summer, of course, and in the wintertime. And then our members and partners can then use that messaging to really leverage their own destination and their own products. But our goal is to make sure that people have Alaska top of mind when they are choosing where to travel on their next vacation.
And Jillian, I've noticed something new in ATI's program is cultural tourism and training for people in different regions, different cultural interest, sensitivity to different indigenous uh, places and things. Tell us a little bit about that. That's been going for a couple of years now.
Yeah, it's something that HIA has always had as part of our overall portfolio, but we've put a much stronger emphasis on it in the last several years. There's been a lot of Alaska Native leaders that have really led this charge to really underscore the importance of cultural tourism and how it's really the foundation of who we are as a destination. And so we've greatly expanded the marketing program to make sure that every component of it, whether it's our advertising campaign or our website design, is completely branded with Alaska Native culture. We have a dedicated cultural tourism campaign that we run. And as you mentioned, we also have a cultural host training program. Actually, we had one yesterday up in Fairbanks that was originally developed by DCCED. We have an MOU with them to administer that program. And so that is to teach frontline staff more about Alaska Native cultures so that they feel comfortable talking about them when they're working with visitors, and also making sure that they have all of the resources so that they can provide accurate information.
Jillian, you mentioned the organization you're working with and training. Was it TCC?
DCCED.
Oh, the Department of Commerce. Okay,
Yes, yes.
very good.
And so they worked with Cook Inlet Tribal Council, the Alaska Native Heritage Center, and then we have our own cultural enrichment committee comprised of Alaska Native cultural leaders who have informed the content of the program and the delivery of it.
So, well, it's interesting. And Jillian, what everybody's always interested. What's the outlook for this summer? Are we with all the things going on in the world? Are we still looking at a good tourism year?
I think we are. Alaska definitely is a wonderful destination for people to come to. Last year, we had over 3 million visitors throughout the course of the year, and we're projecting similar numbers for the coming year. Our members are saying that their bookings are looking strong. Certainly, in the last few months, there's been some different dynamics, but overall, I think we will have another good season. The cruise capacity is flat. It's comparable to last year, and airlift has actually increased. So we are cautiously optimistic for another good season this summer.
And Jillian, what's the outlook for international tourism? I know that's been down since COVID, but has it shown any signs of coming back, or what's the latest?
It has been on a slower recovery trajectory compared to the domestic market. And so this year we were originally thinking that it would still be climbing back out to our 2019 levels. It won't reach those yet, probably not for another couple of years. And I think that's our long range projection with it. A lot of markets that are kind of backing off travel to the United States right now aren't necessarily our primary markets. And we are looking at what's going on with Canada, but they make up about 10% of our overall visitors. And it's been hard to measure if there's been an impact yet regarding um, uh, whether or not they'll continue to come to Alaska. Fortunately, um, in this case, Alaska is often viewed as its own place. So I think we can be somewhat insulated from some of the impacts other parts of the United States are feeling. But we're keeping an eye on it and we'll see.
Well, Jillian, looking at some of the different market segments, though, tourism or cruise ships will be sort of as they were. Airlines might be a little bit higher. Um, Winter tourism is something that's really been growing, particularly in the interior. Uh, and of course, unfortunately, this winter was a low snow year in South Central, but what was the outlook for winter this year?
Yeah, winter, I think we're hearing anecdotally it was another banner year. It's all driven by aurora viewing, and then so many other winter activities are built around that. But that's the primary motivator for visitors to come to Alaska. And it's been a great year. And that is actually a segment where we do see a lot of international visitors as well coming to Alaska. So we're optimistic about the continued growth of winter tourism.
And I was seeing that some of the local bed tax collections are almost higher in certain winter months than summer months, in Fairbanks, for example.
Yeah, March is comparable or surpasses June oftentimes, and it's in Fairbanks, winter comprises about 45% of their year-round bed tax, so it's a pretty impressive number.
Wow, that's really substantial. Well, listen, thank you, Jillian, for joining us, and look forward to continuing the conversation.
Thank you, Tim. Have a great day.
Yeah, thank you again.